Could something as simple as packing the wrong item, breaking a rule you didn't know existed, or ignoring a health warning ruin your cruise vacation? Cruise lines are cracking down harder than ever, and some passengers are finding out the hard way. Hey everyone, welcome back to Travel Scoop with Robin, where we can make travel easier, cheaper, and a whole lot less stressful. This is part 2 of our 3-part cruise industry news series, and today we're talking about the changes that could directly impact your experience on board. From health concerns and virus outbreaks to stricter rules, banned items, and passenger behavior policies that cruise lines are enforcing more aggressively than ever. Because this series covers a lot of facts, statistics, and policy updates, health-related information, you're probably going to see me checking my notes throughout the video. I want to make sure I'm giving you the most accurate, up-to-date information as possible. Changes happen often, so always verify important details directly with your cruise line or qualified professional. So before you pack for your next cruise, let's talk about what's changing and what you need to know. First, the health and safety incidents, outbreaks at sea. A recent hantavirus outbreak on a luxury cruise ship left travelers stranded, resulted in fatalities off the coast of Cape Verde, and these isolated but high-profile health crises present public relations and logistical hurdles, even though wider public risks remain low. Annually, though, less than 1% of all passengers are affected by a common illness like norovirus. While enclosed spaces carry the risk for respiratory bugs, your day-to-day risk of catching an infection is comparable to traveling or attending events on land like movie theaters and concerts. How can you minimize your risk? Hygiene. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Hand sanitizers are less effective against norovirus, so physical scrubbing is your best defense. Ship tracking. Monitor the CDC vessel sanitation program before your trip to view current outbreak updates and ship inspection scores. The protocol. If a virus is detected on board, you are to follow the crew isolation instructions closely to limit further spread. In security and conduct enforcement, major cruise lines are taking a harder stance on passenger safety and the conduct. Implementing lifetime bans, strict zero-tolerance policies for onboard behavior or security violations. The public decorum and space sharing, we all have those chair hogs. Major lines like Norwegian have instituted an active enforcement of lounger policies. Crew members mark unoccupied loungers and will remove towels or personal items if loungers are left unattended for extended periods. Some are 30 minutes, some are an hour. They typically will take your things and the towels and they'll put them back over by where you get your towels for the pool or down at customer service. The noise control, loud radios, and boom boxes are banned. Cruise lines are enforcing strict earphone and headphone requirements for guests listening to music and videos in public areas. Smoking and vaping allowed only in specifically designated, heavily restricted outdoor areas or the adult arcades. Under privacy and technology, wearing smart glasses. Cruise lines like MSC and Carnival have banned the use of smart glasses, those Meta Ray-Bans, in public venues, dining rooms, and theaters due to policy and privacy and security concerns regarding hidden recording devices. Some cruise lines also enforce youth policies that have curfews for guests under the age of 17, prohibiting them from lingering in public spaces after 1 a.m. unless accompanied by an adult. Your banned items and decor. Items with exposed heating elements such as clothing irons, coffee makers, and hot plates are strictly banned to prevent fire hazards. You may be able to request an approved coffee maker from your room steward. Always do that. Some cruise lines have banned potentially suggestive cabin door decorations, such as the upside-down pineapples, enforcing a family-friendly environment. Some additional banned items are baby monitors, walkie-talkies, and ham radios. Cruise ships rely on a complex network of internal radio frequencies and satellite communications. The transmitting signals from standard baby monitors or walkie-talkies and ham radios can disrupt these critical operations. Cruise lines are actively discouraging parents from leaving children unattended in a cabin while they roam the ship using a monitor to watch a sleeping baby while dining or relaxing elsewhere, and it can just pose severe safety risks, as crew members frequently need to enter staterooms for housekeeping and the hallways are far too long for a quick return if there was an emergency. The Starlink devices, cruise lines are prohibiting personal Starlink devices like the Starlink Mini. This protects their onboard internet revenue, helps to maintain network cybersecurity, and to prevent signal interference with the ship's own enterprise-grade satellite systems. Additionally, the continuous operation of unapproved radio transmitters at sea violates the international maritime regulations. Cruise lines are enforcing this policy and to protect their systems from several key mechanisms. One, the revenue protection. Cruise lines generate massive revenue by selling Wi-Fi packages to passengers. It permits travelers to use personal satellite. Internet directly bypasses this highly profitable service. Network and cybersecurity. Cruise operators like Royal Caribbean and Carnival restrict external routers and networking equipment because unmanaged broadcasting devices can create cybersecurity risks. Unsecured personal Wi-Fi networks can expose guests to data breaches while at sea. Signal and system interference. Many modern cruise ships now utilize Starlink on their advanced satellite systems as their primary maritime internet. Running multiple personal dishes in close proximity can interfere with the vessel's primary communications array. So, by international law, any radio transmitter or satellite terminal on a ship must be operated with the direct knowledge and permission of the ship's captain. The power constraints. Ships operate on delicate, self-contained power grids, allowing numerous power-heavy personal satellite dishes to run continuously in cabins complicates the ship's power management. Because of these concerns, cruise lines like Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Virgin Voyages explicitly ban portable satellite dishes and routers on their prohibited items list. If a personal Starlink device is discovered during the embarkation security screening, it is typically confiscated by security and held in safekeeping, similar to a drone or a diving knife, to be returned when the cruise concludes. On the restricted decoration side, most major cruise lines allow magnetic door decorations, but policies vary by line regarding size and materials. Disney, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Holland America are well known for permitting them. Norwegian line generally prohibits door decorations entirely for safety reasons. But some that are allowed on these other cruise lines are simple flat magnets. The prohibited ones are tape, glue, command strips, or any adhesive that damages the door's finish. Fire safety. Many lines, such as Carnival, require all decorations to be made of fire retardant materials. Your magnets must be placed directly on the door itself, not on the frame, the walls, or surrounding hardware outside of your room. Consequences of misconduct. Cruise lines maintain a zero tolerance policy for unruly behavior. Fighting, ignoring crew directives. Passengers who violate these terms risk facing severe penalties, including immediate disembarkation at the next port, and that is at the passenger's own expense. Fines and placement on the cruise line's no-sail list can also be permanently banned for future travel. And it could also cause forfeiture of all trip costs that are remaining. Well, that wraps up part 2 of our cruise industry news series, but there's one more piece of the story you need to know. So in part 3, we're looking at how environmental regulations, new port restrictions, sustainability changes, and future cruise technology can completely reshape the way we cruise over the next decade. Why are some ports limiting cruise ships? Why are itineraries changing? And could all these new regulations eventually impact pricing and where ships can sail? If you're planning future cruises, you won't want to miss this one. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click into part 3 right now, because the future of cruising may look different than it does today. See you there.